Now we're gonna demonstrate a class file, and in this example we're gonna prompt the user to enter the name of a file or directory, then use class file to output information about the file or directory. Okay, so we are gonna go into Visual Studio Code, and we're gonna have the file class used to obtain file and directory information. So we can delete this, save it. And what I'm gonna do, Explorer, so what I'm gonna do, I am in a window, so I'm gonna type in Control Alt Window N, and now I'm gonna go for new Java project. Okay, no build tools, that's fine, and it's gonna be here in this Java folder. We can just leave it like that, select, and now the name. Okay, so here you can name it whatever you want. I'm gonna name it file demonstration, so it's gonna be file demonstration file demonstration, file demonstration. Okay, let's close this one. And yeah, here we have, so we go into source, and yeah, we have the file demonstration. So we go into source and we're gonna create a new file, so we're gonna name it file demo. Okay, let me see, demonstration.java. okay, file demonstration.java, and here this file class is used to obtain file and directory information. So we're gonna use the java.io.file, so we're gonna import it first. So let me see, we're gonna import let me see, file, so let me, okay, we have file demonstration, yeah, that's fine. Okay, so we're gonna import java.io.file, semicolon at the end. We're gonna import java.util.scanner. okay, so because we're gonna prompt the user java.util.scanner, and now we're gonna have our public class, okay, file demonstration. Okay, so now we're gonna have our public class. Let me go here, and we are gonna have our main method, so public started void main, and here we're gonna use the scanner. So yeah, we're gonna use the scanner. Okay, the scanner input, set it to new scanner, and we are gonna pass in the system.m. let me see, system.m, semicolon at the end. Okay, so we have the scanner input. Now we're gonna have the system.out.println, system.out that print format, let me see, just print, and here inside of the parentheses we are gonna have a string, so it's gonna be enter, so it's gonna be enter file or directory name. Okay, so now we're gonna analyze path, so we're gonna analyze path, and it's gonna be input that next input that next line, semicolon at the end, and this will be the end of the main method. Okay, so we're gonna go outside of the main method, and now we're gonna display information about file user specify. So we're gonna have the public, it's gonna be static, public static void analyze path, and here we're gonna have the string, path, so it's gonna be the string path. Okay, the string path like that, separated, and we're gonna open curly braces. So now we're gonna create file object based on user input, so it's gonna be the file file name, and we're gonna set it to new file. We're gonna open parentheses and we're gonna pass in the path, okay, like that, semicolon at the end. Let me see. Yeah, that's fine. So we're gonna have an if statement. So if the name that exists, okay, if the name exists, we're gonna output information about it. So we're gonna open curly braces, and here we're gonna have the system that out that print a len, but it's not gonna be a len, it's gonna be format. And inside of the parentheses we are gonna have strings. So here we're gonna have, let me see, we're gonna have a string, okay, 2 strings, next line, okay, 2 string, next line. Okay, so we're gonna have some strings to the next line, some strings and to the next line. Okay, so that is our first argument. Then we are gonna have the name. We're gonna have the name that get name. So let me see, it's gonna be this one, name that get name, comma, then we're gonna open double quotes, space, exists. Okay, we're separated with a comma. We're gonna open parentheses, and now we're gonna have the name. So we're gonna have the name that is file. So the name is file, ternary operator. And now we're gonna have is a file, and colon, we're gonna open double quotes again. It's not a file, it's not a file, like that. We separate it with a comma. We're gonna open parentheses again. Now we're gonna have name that is directory. So is directory, let me see if I, okay, this one has to be is directory, and yeah, like that. And yeah, we're gonna do the same thing. So let me see, is a directory, so colon is a directory, and then here is not a directory. Okay, so comma, let me see, is a directory, is not a directory. Okay, here we're gonna have name, so it's gonna be name that is absolute, double quotes, colon again, double quotes. Okay, name that is absolute path. So it's gonna be is absolute path, and here would be let me see, is not absolute path, is not absolute path, comma, to the next line. So it's not absolute path. So here we will have last modified, so it will be last modified colon, okay, comma, and then we will have, okay, last modified, name that last modified, name that last modified, comma, we're gonna have in the length, let me see, colon, comma, length, comma, name that length, name that length, comma. Now we're gonna have in now the path, so we're gonna have in the path, let me see, colon, space, comma, then we will have name that get path, so get path, okay, get path, name that get path, comma, absolute path, so absolute path, okay, colon, and here we'll have name that get absolute path, okay, comma, we will have parent, and we will have name that get parent, okay, semicolon at the end. Let me see. We will have that. No, we already have a semicolon at the end, so this is here. So this is the parentheses of the system.out.print format, so it ends up here. So now we're gonna have an if statement, okay, and this if statement, so we are gonna have if name that is directory, if name that is directory, we're gonna output directory listing. So to the next line we're gonna open curly braces, and we are gonna have in a string we're gonna open brackets, brackets. We're gonna have in directory, and we're gonna have a name that list, semicolon at the end. Now we're gonna have in the system, system.out, print a lane. This time is fine. To the next line, we're gonna have in directory, so directory contents colon to the next line. That's fine, semicolon at the end. And here we will have the for statement, so or the for loop. So for is string, and we will have in directory name, and then we will have in directory, okay, 1 2 3. Then we will have the system.out.print ln, and we will have in directory name, semicolon at the end. So this will be the end of the if statement. There will be the end of this outer if statement. And here we will have, let me see, here we will have an else, or just an else, not file or directory, output error message. So to the next line, curly braces, and we will have system.out.print format, print format, and here we'll have $sign space string, like that. We'll have the path, comma, and then does not exist, does not exist, like that. Okay, so that will be the end of the else. Let me see. Okay, so let's continue. System.out.print format. So make sure that here, as a second argument after the string, to the next line we have name that get name, and don't forget the parentheses. So after that we can just play it here, run Java, and here it says enter file or directory name. So I need to fix that. But if I go into, for example, if I go into my C disk, if I go here, I can type in C colon backslash, and it's gonna throw all this information. So as you can see, it says this C colon backslash exists. It's not a file, it's a directory. It's absolute path, last modified, length, absolute path, parent null. Okay, that's fine. And this is the directory contents that I have here: gaming root, all the stuff here, OneDrive, programming, all the stuff. So we can, as you can see, is all of this. Another example would be if I go into Java, and right now I'm gonna just right click and copy address. One way to do it is, let me see, clean it up here, CLS, and now let's let's click it again, play it again, and now I'm gonna type in C colon backslash. I'm using a Windows, so make sure it's uppercase letter C colon backslash, and this is my path. So I'm gonna type it, and as you can see, Java exists. So Java is a folder, is this folder right here. It's not a file, it's a directory. It's absolute path, last modified, the length, absolute path, directory contents, button frame, file demo, file demonstration, label, and some images, as you can see here.